first tournament of the Simpsons season has just concluded. We gotta talk about some crazy come-ups by different players, which big name pros really struggled today, and why is Peterbot still not playing the game. Real quick before this video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, far and away the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. Thank you guys so much for the support on the code recently. There is a real chance that we hit 1,000 supporters this month. We're continuing to shout out 2 people every single video that DM me proof of them using my code as well. So shout out to these 2 people on the screen right here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Without further ado though, the long tournament videos are back. Let's start this off, of course, with everybody that was able to qualify. And in first place of NA, unfortunately, it pains me to say this, but an EU duo actually won of Nathan in Axe Force. It was just the opens though. We'll go over how the finals went after. But they finished with 375 points, won 3 out of their 7 matches, and got 50 total elims as well. Literally right before the NA tournament started, Blinky Fish actually got removed from non-fishing holes, and you can now only fish them from fishing spots. All the spawns unrelated to fishing are unchanged, so they can still be found in chests. But this actually made a huge difference to the NA finals, since this literally is like the only rotation in comp right now. But continuing on the leaderboard, we have second place of Clix Did on 351. They won 1 out of their 7 matches, got 58 total elims as well, and an average placement of 7.71. Super consistent and good day out of them. I'm glad to see this duo still fully locked in and grinding. Higgs seems to be grinding the game so much right now as well. Third place was Cyrix. Fourth place was Acorn and Bolt on 339. Also happy to see these guys grinding as well. I haven't really seen them too much in scrims, or I don't think I've really seen Acorn at all this season until today, but I'm glad that we got to see them make the finals. Fifth place was Hefe. Sixth place was Josh and Iamzo on 335. Their first tournament together, they ended up winning 1 out of their 7 matches, got 56 total elims as well. Man, what an absolute come up from Josh. Not only now with him playing with Iamzo in duos officially, but also him being able to squad up with Clix and Higgs, the literal person who gave him the PC he is currently playing on.
Listen, we're gonna do a first 5. If you get 1 round on me, I'll buy you the PC. Have you been warming up or no?
Now I've been watching a stream.
Don't sell this. Wait, how much FPS are you on right now?
Right now I'm on 100.
This kid is good.
Let's go, baby!
Josh, you just got yourself a whole PC, bro. For squads this whole entire month, it's gonna be me, Higgs, Josh Riley, and we're gonna run it back with fucking Iamzo.
And Josh is like legitimately crazy at the game as well. You guys probably know that by now though, figuring that he's literally played tournaments with names like Peterbot, and he's now duoing with Iamzo, who has gotten 2nd and 3rd place in grand finals just this year. We've even got to see more cool moments between Josh and Iamzo versus Clix and Higgs on high ground today. So I want to show how that fight ended up going.
120 on him, 140.
Nice. Run up.
Yeah, do it. Fight him.
Hunter, on me. He's dead. He's really low, Like, he's gonna die his own. He doesn't get my finish. I'm trying to here. I killed him.
How much is it?
I knew it was Josh. 120.
But yeah, very excited for this duo. We'll talk about how they did more later on when we talk about the finals, but I'm expecting some big things from Josh in 2026 now. 7th place was Ricky, 8th place was Infumous, 9th was Cringe and Moneymaker, and then rounding out the top 10 was Seek and Jojo Fishy on 315. Some of our other big names that were able to make the finals was like 11th place of Curve and Craze on 314, Cooper and Sphinx finished in 14th, Noxie and Mason in 16th, and then I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, that was about it, since this is only a top 40 are able to qualify for the finals format. We did have a couple of big names fail to make the finals, like 49th place of Rapid and Threats on 276. Donnie and Booga finished in 60th place, only got 269 points in 7 total matches. It's insane that almost getting 270 points isn't even enough to qualify for the finals, because Qual was 279 points. We had Visuals in Braids in 66th. Shadow and Virgo in 79th. Queasy and Curly finished in 125th place. And if you guys are curious, yes, Queasy is still sticking on NA for this entire Simpson season, and he's going to be both duoing and squatting with Curly as well. Unfortunately, they were just not able to make the finals today. And then for a duo that kind of just made sense for them to play today, but they were really struggling and not able to qualify for the finals, was 621st place of Ritual and Pollo. They finished with 114 points, didn't win any games today, and only got 24 total elims. You guys can probably guess why these guys ended up playing today. For Ritual, I don't even think I have to explain that Cold isn't playing this Simpson season, and he probably isn't going to end up queuing a single tournament in this entire season. And then for Pollo also, you can pretty much say all those same things for. Peter was literally playing Valorant when the Eval Cup was going on, and he also said during that he doesn't really expect to queue any tournaments this season. He has still been playing the game a little bit, but he just seems to want to take a full break this season and come back in chapter 7. So since Pollo and Ritual, both of their teammates, don't want to play the game right now, they ended up teaming up with each other but weren't able to make the finals. But no, if any of you guys are confused, it's not like an official duo going into the future. Let's actually move on to how the finals went now though. Man, so I was so excited to tell you guys how the finals ended up going, but then the finals just ended up not running a single game on NA Central. It did end up working for EU, and we'll go over that in a little bit, but for Central, basically the first game didn't end up working, and there is currently a very strange queue bug where if not every single duo queues into the tournament, then the tournament will simply just not work after that. And since there were so many EU players that qualified for this finals after game 1 didn't work, a lot of them just ended up going to bed and not even queuing for the second game. So not a single NA Eval Cup finals game ended up running, but I will show you guys these stats from the opens before we move over to the EU tournament, which did fully work. So the highest damage ratio was Pure with a 3.29. Most damage to players was Bolts with 10,370. The most elims was also Bolts with 44. Massacre finished in second, Clix in third, Yamzo in fourth, Acorn in fifth, Reet in sixth, Aiden in seventh, Tony in eighth, Mason in ninth, and then Chimp in 10th. Here's all the other statistics as well if you guys care about any of these. Let's actually move on to how EU went now though. Now in EU, oh man, this is a little bit of a rough eval just because of how many big names actually failed to be able to qualify for the finals. I think we literally had like less than 10 super good duos in the actual Eval Cup finals. But starting off with the duo that finished in first place, they are really back, man. It seems like they should have just never split up. Sky and Scroll finished with 354 points, won 2 out of their 7 matches, got 58 total elims as well. Second place was Darm and Demas on 348. They won 1 out of their 7 matches, 75 total elims. Third place is another duo that also continues to just look so good since they have formed together, of Eyedrop and Marius on 346. They won 3 out of their 7 matches, 97 total elims. And this was actually the duo that finished with the most elims in all of the opens. You might be thinking, oh, that's like a super stacked top 3 right there. This has to be a crazy stacked eval finals. Well, let's just keep going with the leaderboard. 4th place we have Craig, 5th place Cringe and Volko, 6th place is Rax and Yanis, 7th is Floby, 8th is Huddy, 9th is Stormy, and then 10th is actually Lovero. For some of the other big names that we have that were able to make it into the finals was 20th place of Focus and Thomas HD on 293. I'm assuming that these guys are going to be sticking together, not just for this Simpson season, but also going into chapter 7 as well. There's been a lot of rumors about when Queasy goes back to EU, are him and Thomas gonna play together again, but just with the success that Focus and Thomas have had together, I feel like there's no way that they can split up as of now. 21st place we had Pablo and Pixie on 293. They won 2 out of their 6 matches, 31 total elims for them. Is this going to be like an official set in stone duo? According to their Twitters, neither of them have posted anything like that yet, but I'm not going to take this as just like a one-off, they're playing it for fun. I'm going to assume that every single person that needs a duo and is playing with like a serious real teammate is in a tryout stage, and Pixie looks like he still wants to be IGLing. Pablo and Ferdoxy we know split up, Pixie and Walk split up, and so even if these teams are not taking this like 100% fully serious, nothing like that, I'm still gonna say that these guys are at least trying out together, and they were able to qualify for their first finals together together. A duo that we can say the same thing for is 22nd place of Yapko and MrSavage on 293. They won 1 out of their 7 matches, 36 total elims for them. They look super good and consistent in the opens, and I'm excited to talk about their finals performance later on as well. In 28th place is another duo that I'm gonna say kind of similar stuff to what we said with Pablo and Pixie. I'm not sure if Tayson is just not playing this season because he didn't queue this Eval Cup at all today, but Panzer is another one of those players that is looking for a duo since he did get dropped by Malibuca, and we know that MrSavage and Tayson really didn't have any real success together when they were playing, so I'm gonna take this as another potential tryout. And they were also able to make it to the finals. We had Moneymaker and Fanayan in 34th, Chris and Skavi in 35th, and then that was about it for all of the big names that were able to qualify into the finals. There was a bunch of pros that missed finals this week, like 73rd place of Hari and Cammy on 252. Qual was literally as high as 273 points, and that's just what it's going to be in a only top 40 qualify for finals format. We had Comeback and Picks under them in 74th, Chap and Flixie in 141st, only got 218 points, 66 total elims for them, so they were still fragging out, but they only finished with 3 games inside of the top 10, and in a strict qual format, that's just never going to be enough to be able to make it to the finals. The first real tournament that I feel like this duo has missed out on in the finals in a while, if even ever since they formed, in 237th place was Shark and Teeny on 189. Again, not really worried about any of these duos, literally the first official tournament this season. We know what Shark and Teeny are capable of, expect him to do big things still. Vico and Malibuca finished in 248th, another duo that I'm just not worried about at all. Hongirl and Mixon are still playing together, and unfortunately they finished in 272nd place, won 1 out of their 7 matches, 20 total elims, just wasn't enough. It's going to be really difficult to qualify for these Eval Cup finals, and unfortunately they were also not able to make the cut. Swizzy and Vanya finished in 457th place. This duo has, I can't lie, been pretty underwhelming over literally like pretty much ever since duos has come back now. I still do have high hopes for them just because we know how insane they were when they were a previous duo, and even just in trios this year in general, how insane they both individually performed. Literally the Globals winner with the 2nd place at Globals player. I feel like they should be doing better than they have been so far. A duo that just massively struggled today, like I don't even know if I want to read this out. Vino and Chino finished in 1062nd place, only got 9 points in 6 total matches, and only 3 elims on the entire day as well. Probably about the worst possible start this duo could ask for to this season, but hey, once you're at rock bottom, all you can go from here is up. The talent is still there for this duo, but also similar to Swizzy and Vanya, they have just been pretty underwhelming since they formed. Let's actually move on to how the finals went now though. There was a lot of interesting things that happened in this finals. Our first real look at how crazy some of the heal offs that you can get as well. The duo that finished in first place though was none other than Milan and Turtle. They ended up winning the 2nd game of the day, getting a 6 elim win. This was also just the most consistent duo as well throughout this entire tournament, believe it or not, because their other games were a 5 elim 4th, 1 elim 16th, and a 7 elim 4th. Huge shout out to these guys. They look super good today. 2nd place was Huddy and Fishy, winning the 3rd game of the day with a 13 elim win, which was actually the highest elim win of the day. And while this duo was able to get the highest elim win of the day, they also had the most heal off we saw in all of EU, because this was just absolutely insane.
Okay, they're never winning. Holy shit. Yeah, they must have found a flopper box, right? They must have found a flopper box somewhere. Yeah, look, they're in one. See? I fucking told you, man.
So yeah, they're definitely showing off the meta right in front of our eyes here. Some of the other duos that were able to get wins though was like 3rd place. Probably our best duo that got a win was Sky and Scroll, winning the 1st game of the day with a 6 elim win. After that, they weren't able to have too much of the same success, getting a 1 elim 21st, a 1 elim 28th, and a 2 elim 11th. And then in 4th place was the duo that won the last game of the day of Craig and Vanchki. Sorry if I'm saying their names wrong, but they got a 5 elim elim win in the last game, so huge shout outs to these guys. Also, 5th place was Darm in Demus with 18 total elims. Didn't win any games, but got super close with a 6 elim 2nd and an 8 elim 5th. MrSavage and Yapko finished in 9th place. I have to admit, they started off this tournament stronger than they ended it because their first 2 games were a very promising sign with a 5 elim 12th and a 6 elim 4th. After that, they didn't get any games inside of the top 20, but I do still think that if you are a MrSavage fan or even just MrSavage in general, you have to be pretty surprised about the potential that you and Yapko showed together. They show that they can both frag. MrSavage doesn't look like washed or anything if people were concerned about that after him taking a pretty long break, and I'm excited to see what these guys can do in the future. They definitely look like a duo that can win multiple games in finals this season. And then running out the top 10 was Nebs and Mappy. For some of our other big names did, we had like Focus and Thomas HD in 12th. Their best game of the day was a 5 elim 3rd. They also got a 2 elim 10th. Merstash and Panzer finished in 16th place. They were so close to being able to get a win because they got a 5 elim 2nd in game number 2. Just weren't able to get the job done. Pablo and Pixie, another duo you could say the same thing for, weren't necessarily fragging out, but they were just playing the full format, and they also got so close to being able to win multiple games today with a 3 elim 7th, 0 elim 7th, and a 4 elim 2nd. And then iDrop and Marius finished in 32nd place with their best game of the day being a 3 elim 8th. Moving on to the final statistics here now. The highest damage ratio was Howley with a 2.47. Second was Demus. Third was Yapko. We also see MrSavage up there in like 5th. The most damage to players was Demus with 3,949. Second place was Sky. And then moving on to the most elims, first place is actually Turtle with 12 total elims. Second place is Hour with 11. Third was Darm. Fourth, also MrSavage up there with 9. I told you guys he was fragging out today. Fifth place was Darky. Sixth was Neb. Seventh was Assault. Eighth was Potus. 9th was Fishy, and then 10th was Metro-Fan. The most assists was Demus with 25, far and away led this category. And then here is all of the other statistics as well. I know this is where I normally conclude this video, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so much one more time for all of the support you guys have shown me recently. Not only just all the love I received on my birthday, I appreciate all you guys for that, but also just everybody that used my code in general. This was far and away the most amount of people we have ever had using code KDOG in the item shop, and there's a real chance that we could hit 1,000 supporters this month. So if you guys want to support me, just please use code KDOG in the item shop. Thank you guys all so much. Make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, because we're gonna still try to grind as much as we can in this season, even with there not being a super much amount of content. YouTube says enjoy Winnie's 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. I also need your guys' advice in the comments below on when you guys actually want me to stream and what tournaments I should be streaming from this season, since I still don't really fully know what I want my stream schedule to be yet. Thank God for another day though. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.